guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about the watch market and the craziness that it's hit. And I'm kind of joined here today by my business partner, John, who's our numbers wizard at Delray Watch.
Kind of.
I can barely add and subtract. But of course, before we get started, customary wristwatch check. I'm wearing my Breitling Chronomat Evolution. I almost forgot the name of that watch.
You haven't worn that in a while.
I know, but I felt it went well with the outfit.
It's the glory years of Breitling.
That indeed. What about you?
Rolex OP Red Grape 39.
Beautiful. And guys, before we get started, don't forget to check out DelRayWatch.com. We just got in an unworn Omega Speedmaster, Sapphire Sandwich, a vintage Tudor Submariner. I can't even talk today. Submariner 79090. And a Blancpain Air Command, completely sold out everywhere. All at DelRayWatch.com, the only website you should ever visit if you want to buy a watch.
At least if you want to pay a good price.
Yeah, if not, go to. Well, you know
where to go.
I was gonna go a little nasty, but I'm gonna skip it.
Yeah, you're a friendly guy.
So, guys, I'm sure everybody knows everything is super inflated at the moment. Luxury cars, luxury watches, real estate. But it's gotten to the point where brands that have no business, telling other people what to do are starting to kind of give us a little trouble. And let me explain, all right? You may have noticed there's a new section on our website where we have suppliers that give us, new watches and we sell them at a discount. This is called gray market. Lots of people do this. Watchbox does it, which is basically why they lost Richemont as Govberg. Joma Shop. Tons of people do it. And basically, a lot of these brands don't really care. I mean, maybe Omega cares, but a lot of brands, Bell & Ross, Parmigiani, these guys, they don't care because they're selling units. And
they're glad.
They're glad. They're happy to sell units.
It's their dream.
It's their dream because they sell units and the jewelers have to buy more units. And yeah, occasionally feathers get ruffled, we might get a tip that Omega's shopping us, so be careful. Or, we used to have Breitling, but Breitling cut off our suppliers, so then we lost Breitling, and that's fine. But for the first time ever, in this crazy watch market, I got a phone call from two brands that have no business not trying to sell watches. And I know these brands, I used to work for Richemont, so I know a few people at these brands. So they called me personally, and it was within 2 days of each other.
Can you say the brands?
Yeah, Bell & Ross.
Bell & Ross.
And Parmigiani. So I know a couple of people that work at Bell & Ross and Parmigiani, and they called me, and they're like, hey, Fed, listen, our owners are starting to notice you have the new models at a discount. You got to take them down. They can't physically do anything to us. We're not doing anything illegal, right, John? They can't shut us down, but what they can do is buy the watch, run the serial number, find out who our supplier is, and then get the supplier in trouble.
Because we don't have a contract with the brands.
Yeah, we don't have a contract with the brands.
That's kind of why it works. And it's really great,
Yeah, actually. Because it's not illegal, but they will get mad at the supplier. And usually people don't give a shit because Parmigiani should kiss their lucky stars anytime they sell one Kalpa a month. Okay, the Parmigiani boutique in Miami sold 2 watches an entire year. I don't even know how they paid their staff. But the market's getting so crazy that now we're being told that Parmigiani and Bell & Ross are upset. Now, what do you have to say, John?
And a lot of times they're upset that they're going to be perceived as lower quality because they're trading at lower prices. That's kind of what goes on is they see a Bell & Ross trading at 50% off retail.
I've been in the watch industry 15 years. I love Parmigiani. I adore Parmigiani is great. Have I ever sold one at full price? Never. And if I do, I will eat my shoe on camera. Go buy a full price Parmigiani, watch me eat my shoe.
It is hilarious though because the reality is these brands are already trading at such low numbers that someone like us is really not going to change the perception too much of the brand. And we're not going to make it Bell & Ross seem like any less desirable.
And listen, ultimately it doesn't really matter because I think between Parmigiani and Bell & Ross we might have sold 10 units the whole year, so it doesn't bother me. But I just think it's funny that they're taking advantage of this now when the watch market is up here. But I thoroughly believe it's a bubble. We're in the economy right now, it's a post-COVID economy. There was a lot of free money being pumped in. This is not political, but no one knows where it's going to go. And the watch market is unsustainable. And I bet you what, the CEO of Parmigiani better call me and kiss my ass if he wants me to sell those watches again once this is over.
It's kind of funny, right? So we're on YouTube, we have a channel, and we're unaffiliated with any other brands, and we don't take in really watches for review from brands, and we only answer to ourselves. Whereas not everyone does that, and it's kind of what we're seeing across the board, even with media, that a lot of people are just doing whatever the brands say because they need the watches. They want to be on the good graces, and whereas we want to be on our own good graces.
I made a video the other day, about a month ago, and I said I like the new Breitling.
Yeah.
What happened? A week later, Breitling emailed me. They're like, let me send you a watch. Bet you what, Parmigiani's not going to email me after this video.
But funny enough, I've made a few videos saying I don't like what Breitling's doing, and they didn't email me. It just goes to show is they only want the people that are going to say nothing critical, do whatever they say.
Exactly, but of course,
it's business. It's just
business is business. And listen, so as I said, we still have them listed on the website. You can still buy a Parmigiani and a Bell & Ross.
And Omega, some Omega.
And some Omega. We still have a lot of brands listed. Ultimately, I think they're just bluffing because Parmigiani and Bell & Ross can't afford to lose any sales. But this is the first time this has ever happened since I've been alive, where, the watch market has gotten this crazy. And that's where this video is. It's not so much to call Parmigiani and Bell & Ross out, even though I thoroughly enjoy doing it. It's just, it goes to show. The watch market right now is nuts. Discounts are hard to get. Pieces are hard to find, and not just Rolex. Watches in general, right?
Right. It's not even just resellers either, because sometimes you see in the comments people say, "Oh, it's the flippers, it's the resellers, it's the gray market," but generally all of us included, are just going off of the market price. It's adjusted. We pay higher if the market's higher, we sell higher if the market's higher. There's not an increase anywhere for anyone that plays in this kind of
it's not like our margin went up. No, we sold
in fact,
for
it kind
more,
of went down.
But we bought for more. Yeah, it went down because people are emailing me and they're asking crazy money for watches. And, I guess sometimes the prices make sense because of the market, but sometimes out of principle, like, I'm not buying a Bell & Ross BR123 for $4,000. Like, what's wrong with people?
We turned on a Rolex Datejust 41 with the diamond dial today.
Yeah, we did because, it doesn't matter. My point is, watch market is absolutely nuts. It'll be very interesting to see where it goes from here. I do think there's got to be a correction, and I think it'll follow other luxury segments like real estate and, for example, used luxury auto sales as well. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Don't forget to subscribe to my partner here, John P., where you get his take on watches, mostly vintage. And we'll catch you in the next one. Take care.